Hi everyone, have I got a tip for you in regard to sewing? My outfit is nearly ready to be bagged out. I have pinned it, I hung it for a week, I have pinned it, and there is just two little areas, not one but two. And I told you that I cut everything out all neat and tidy. See that bit there? That bit there needs to be removed. That's the only bit in my circle. Now I need to make sure that both side fronts are absolutely even. Otherwise, when I'm wearing it, I'll have a bit here and a bit, that hangs down. So that I'm going to address. The next little issue I need to share with you is when you've got a stiff fabric and you're trying to attach it or fix it to something that stretches. One will and one won't. Now, this is where you need to come into what I call easing in. Right, this is what I mean. I have this last panel to be connected in with this panel here. So what you do is you go join those two, that seam there up, and then you will notice that when I do that, see how there's a little bit more in that than what there is in this? This is what you have to do. Very, very, very quietly. Go into the middle. And this is the hem, the bottom hem. And this needs to be absolutely, absolutely pristine, because if it's not, when the whole garment is put together and turned out, what you will have is a gapey, baggy bit at the back. And trust me, it is unattractive. Even though you can't see it, somebody else will. So it's that section there and that section. And the other thing about this is that is my center back. And I'll have bulk here and bulk here. So what you need to do is to find your middle there, and then very, very, very carefully just put your pins in, and then ease the top bit in. And the other thing I do is, and I don't know whether this is right or wrong, but this is what I do. I always sew from the the stiff side first, because I can actually join that in. So into here, just put another pin in and just ease that in there, so that when you're sewing between there and there, you can actually just with your foot underneath just push that in. Now here's my other side here, do that as well. So there's lots and lots and lots of pinning involved. So there we have it there. So just go into the middle there, and then put your pin into there, and then keep going until, see how you've got that little puckery bit there? Oh, we don't want puckery bits. We want those all sorted out before we actually start sewing. The other thing that my mother used to make me do when I was learning was she used to make me tack all of that around. And sometimes if you're learning, that is the best way forward, because you can make sure that everything is in. And I would rather stitch once than have to unpick, especially with this type of, when you've got the stretch on the top and you've got the stiff underneath. So the more pins you put into it, the better it will be. And then before you start pinning, just go along and have a little look there. And I'm noticing there that I didn't pin that. So I'm just going to pin that again, because I now know that that's not going to get caught under the foot when I'm threading it through. So there we have 101 ways and little tips from me on anything you would ever need to know and more. I've shown you how to bag it up. So once all that's been sewn up, all you're going to do is you're going to go to, where is my little bit there? I left an opening. There's my opening. So that's pretty much when it's pinned. It's just going to all be pulled through there to the right side. And if you've got any bulky little hems or seams, all you need to do is, once you've sewn around and into there, just get your scissors and then nip across there, so that when you do turn it in, and you can see that with the picnic blanket I made and with the bed comforter, anything that I do, cushions, anything, I always snip that bit, so that when you pull that through and you put your scissors into there, you put your scissors into just even that out, and that'll be a nice, neat, clean finish like I've got here. So that there is all nice and neat because it's already been, that little edge has been cut off so that I can just turn that in and it's going to sit nice and flat. So hopefully I've covered any questions that you ever wanted to know and more. Next time I see you, I think we might go on and make a stretch knit skirt or a dress, but I'll see how we get on. Hope I've been of help to you. Any questions, don't hesitate to drop me a line. Follow me on Facebook to see what's coming up. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed that, and I will see you another day.